Welcome back, everybody, to Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. In the last one, we did our roundup. We got some more shine sprites. We got some more partners upgraded. We did some more troubles, and we went to the moon. Honestly, it was actually a very productive episode, if I do say so myself. Right now, I am trying to blow up a rock, a space rock, and I was doing a bad job. Okay, we're getting items. I dig it. Now, what's interesting to me, and I did notice this at the end of my last episode, is that it looks like we can go left in addition to going right. I wonder... Whoa! Okay, let's maybe go that way another time. We've got a lot of exploring to do. I literally know nothing about where we are. It looks very empty here. Oh, there's that save spot, by the way, that I was looking for. Okay, so if you could just do me a solid, Bobbery. Okay, you walked a little bit too far. I gotta practice, my aim. Oh, really? Come on. Alright, that's getting a little bit ridiculous. Dude, can you, like, blow the fuck up? Thank you. There was nothing even there. Okay, fantastic. Alright, so I already don't know if I want to go to the left or to the right. We're pretty slow moving, I'll say that much. I don't know, I feel like normally you go to the right to progress, so I feel like today we should probably start by going to the left, even though I literally said not to do that. I gotta make some decisions here. Alright, let's, god damn it. Alright, let's fight some space rocks. Good! I'm satisfied. Goombella, this is your time. Can you tell me about some of these critters that we've got going on here? Do me a tattle, if you would. That's a moon cleft. It's your basic cleft living on the moon. Max HP is 6, attack is 5, and defense is 5. Defense is high, as usual, and fire attacks don't work against it. If you can turn it over with an explosion, though, its defense goes down to 0. Alright, I don't need that. You know what I'm gonna do instead is an Earth Tremor. Well, let's knock these guys out of the park, Goombella. Are you ready? Good. Good, good. Good. Good, 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 good. Good. Good, 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 good. Good. Good, 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 good. Good. Good, 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 good. Perfect. I'm a professional. Alright, let's knock these guys out. Fantastic, we'll get a couple of star points, and let's continue to explore around the moon. Oh, I'm out of items. What's an item that I probably don't need? Honestly, probably the mini Mr. Mini. That seems silly. Also, I feel like I don't really need a courage shell. What does the mini Mr. Mini do? Alright, let's keep the Mr. Mini Mini, let's get rid of the courage shell. And let's probably start using some items since I appear to not have space for items anymore. That is frustrating. Alright, we are going to be slow moving on the moon, so while we explore, maybe this will be an ideal time for me to talk about that story that I said I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about. Wow. The literal thing I just got rid of is now in my face again. Fantastic. Alright, let's just keep wandering, I guess. Do we keep fighting these guys? Why not? Alright, I struck first. So, the other week I had a super stressful week. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this, because it's a pretty rough and embarrassing story. Ooh, should we try this, by the way? Because we haven't. Bombast. I think that's how you say it. Repeatedly tap A. Oh, it's a button masher. I'm bad at these. Alright, let's try our best. Alright, I'm honestly terrible at this. Okay, alright. That didn't work as well as I would have liked it to, but, you know, I guess beggars can't be choosers. Now let's do a multi-bonk. Perfect. So to cut to the chase, the long and short of what had happened to me in these couple weeks was your dearly beloved YouTuber, good, wholesome, family-friendly teacher, me, who has been, you know, dating and exploring relationships and trying to figure out how to go on dates with boys and whatnot, got himself into a little bit of trouble and actually, believe it or not, had a little tiny bit of an STI scare. So we're just gonna cut to the chase. You know what? This happens to everybody at some point in their lives. And this is an important story that I want to share. One, because now that it is all over with, I can actually a little bit laugh about it and find just a tiny bit of humor in the situation that had happened to me. Because now I'm a lot more relaxed. So, spoiler alert, I do not have any STDs. That is the good news. But, basically, this story is a wild one. So what had happened was, there was a guy who I went on a couple of dates with, and as young adults do, after a few dates with this guy, we had one of those dates ended in a bedroom, as it does, and everything was protected, you know. Your boy does practice safe practices, which is important. This is actually a really good moral to the story. What you need to know is that I need FP. What you need to know is that using condoms is super important, because the thing is, these kind of situations can happen to anybody, and it can be scary. It can be frightening. And you know, you gotta watch out for yourself. So, ultimately, this guy who I had been going on a couple of dates with was not totally feeling it. So, you know, that kind of situation had ended, and so we had stopped seeing each other, essentially. And fast forward about, like, a week or two after that, and I get a lovely text message from this individual to let me know that he did one of his regular health checkups, and he tested positive for gonorrhea. And, like, for me, this is probably the first experience I've had in life where I've experienced a former partner of mine calling me to let me know that I have to go get into a clinic and get tested because I had exposure to gonorrhea. I was in a not a relationship, but I had relations with this individual who they themselves had come forward and admitted that this was a thing that they had. So at the time, you can imagine that I'm actually panicked as fuck. Okay, good, okay, alright, this is fantastic, wonderful, yes, I need more of this, bless, okay, good, alright, alright, I'm not paying enough attention to my own story. Let's take these guys out. That was not good. Can we take them out now with just a shooting star, please? This is what items are for, I have them. Oh wow, that worked wonders, actually. Okay. Oh, fuck me. Alright, that's fine. So, in my panic state, you can imagine that I'm now just literally running to the nearest clinic. Keep in mind, all of college, I was in a monogamous relationship, so historically, your lovely boy here has not had to worry about things like sexually transmitted infections before. And even though we used a condom, you know, you still worry, you know, when somebody who you have been intimate with tells you that they are packing some bacteria in their nether regions, you freak out a little bit. So I go to a walk-in clinic and just wait and hope that things will kind of work out all right, I guess. Let's use another shooting star while we're here. And so then I have to wait for my test results, and at the clinic, mind you, and this is the thing that gets under my skin as a scientist, they basically, this first time they gave me a urine test, which was specific to gonorrhea and also chlamydia, because they were like, you know what, why don't we just throw that one in there? This test tests for both, and clearly you've been being a little hoe, so... so we'll just get that out of the way now. Wonderful. So I peed in a cup, and then they gave me the treatment for gonorrhea that same day, actually. So there's an antibiotic shot that you can get inside of your butt, and they did that. So So in front of this stranger at the clinic, I had to drop trowel. He had to examine my penis. I told them I was asymptomatic, for the record. No symptoms, nothing, but naturally, STDs can sometimes happen without you actually having symptoms, so you can't just, like, wait for you to have, like, discharge coming out of your penis to be like, oh, there might be a problem here. Let's do more FP, because Bobbery's new move takes a lot. Oh, Christ. Mario became an A-list star! Next battle, Mario's crowd and stage get even bigger! I'm sorry for flustering so much with this story. I feel like I'm saying a lot and stuttering a lot. This is a hard story to share. And it's one of those things where you might be like, maybe you shouldn't share this story. Maybe this is something you should keep private. But this is actually low-key important. Sexual health is important, and no one should feel embarrassed about these things, because here's the thing. According to the lovely CDC, approximately 1 in 2 people, that is like 50% of the population, will contract an STD by the time they are, I believe, 24. And I am 24. I'm not even interested in going near these guys right now. Let me please run away. We'll just carefully navigate around these guys. Oh, he's fast. Uh-oh, 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 oh! I wanted to see if I would be able to get away. So they gave me the antibiotic anyways, and their ideology behind it was, it's better to treat now, and, like, if you don't have gonorrhea, you've already taken the treatment, versus waiting, and because of the test results, they were going to take a couple days to get back to me on those. And this is where I run into the issue of antibiotic over prescription. It's something I've actually talked about on my science channel, What the F Science. But again, never had exposure to an STD before, or a known exposure, so I didn't know what the rules were, and I wasn't going to fight with these doctors, and so even though I'm against prescribing antibiotics before you actually have a diagnosis, I think that's kind of irresponsible, I agreed, and I took the antibiotic. So they actually shot it inside of my butt, and a few days later, it turns out that I actually did not have gonorrhea. So I did not actually contract the infection. Yay, score for condoms. And you would think that would be the end of my woes, wouldn't you? Well, you would be wrong. Because this is where things really amp up. All the way, whoa, what the fuck was that? Excuse me? I'm not prepared for this. Whoa, it's an X-monster. Goombella, can you tell me about these? We saw these in the, Boggly Tree, I feel, right? These ones are darker. Are these a Moon X? That's a Z-Yux. It's a genetic improvement of the original Yux. Max HP is 7, attack is 4, and defense is 0. Multiple mini Z-Yux will appear to protect the main unit, as you'd expect. Sometimes they also restore HP to the main unit, which really burns me up. It doesn't have much HP, but those barriers often protect it from attacks. Wonderful. Well, let's just, knock them out with an Earth Tremor, why don't we? While we can, which means I have to pay attention, because that's what I do for these. Good, 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 good. Okay, so let me just tell you that all the while this is going on and I'm getting my information about how these guys are... Whoa, that wasn't cool. About how these guys... Oh, Goombella, I'm sorry. What am I saying? So all the while I'm worrying about... Oh, you know who we need? My big, beautiful wind spirit. Flurry, can you blow these guys away for me? So all the while I'm panicking about this gonorrhea infection that I don't actually have, there was another guy that I was seeing, like, kind of... There was a tiny bit of overlap, if you will. And I briefly mentioned this guy. Do you guys remember me briefly mentioning that I drove to Canada to go on a date, and there was this situation where, like, crystals were involved? Because this guy was, like, a crystal healer. Well, turns out, after I get my... This was another guy who I dated a couple of times. We went on a couple of dates, and we also got to a point where, you know, we made it into the bedroom. Are you shitting me? What is this game? Why am I being so attacked? fuck this. Let me just art attack you folks away. So this time, this Canadian guy reaches out to me, and he sends me a text message, and he's like, hey, this is really hard to tell you, but, I just was at a checkup, and I tested positive for syphilis. Meanwhile, this is happening, like, days after I just got cleared for dodging gonorrhea. And I'm like, oh my Christ, is this what it means to be a gay man? Do I just have to endure these situations where I'm surrounded by STDs? Because you gotta be fair, gays sleep with everybody. Literally, even in this town of Buffalo, you, like, ask around, and basically everybody that is a gay man has slept with every other gay man in this town. So it's not hard to imagine that STDs spread like wildfire, specifically in this community. But, fuck me. But the idea that, like, in this world where I'm now navigating dating, in the course of, I would say this time period falls within a period of about, like, 3 weeks, I had not one, but 2 back-to-back STI scares with the 2 people in a row that I had started dating. Like, honestly, you ask yourself, who does this happen to? Like, how do you get stuck in a situation where you've got 2 STD scares from the 2 people you were it's just, oh my Christ, it makes me want to die inside. I hated it. Whoa, did you hear that stomach growl? So, now I'm freaking out all over again, because syphilis is another bacterial infection. And because this happens literally, like, a week later, I have to go to another walk-in clinic, and I go to a different one because I'm literally too embarrassed to go back to the same walk-in clinic and be like, hi, it's me again. Remember last week when I came in and was like, hey, can you test me for some diseases? Well, I need that again, so at this new clinic I go in for another STI checkup in the period of, like, a week later, and they take a blood draw. So this time I'm going for a full blood test, and they're doing, like, the full shebang, like, all STD screenings, like, the HIV, syphilis, everything, just to be on the safe side. And, again, because it's a test and it's going to take a couple of days, naturally, they do the exact same thing the first time, and once again, prescribe me antibiotics before I've actually gotten test results. So now I'm in this stage. Whoa, where are we now? Rather suspicious building, wouldn't you say, old boy? Be careful, eh? Oh, don't worry, Bobbery. Careful is my middle name. Haven't you listened to the story about how careful I am? To be fair, though, with this second guy, again, safe sex practices were utilized. Oh my god, we're here. We're in the XNaught Base. Yo, who's that dude? Whoa, that's Mario. So let's get him. Okay, here we go. I guess this is time. Wonderful. Can't flee this fight. Goombella, are you going to tell me about these, black XNaughts? Let's bring you out, my friend. Tattle them for me, please. That's an elite XNaught. This guy is the creme de la creme of the XNaughts. Max HP is 10, attack is 5, and defense is 1. He'll use regular attacks as well as boosting his power or size. Elite XNaughts are tough, but you just have to smack down, you have to smack away until they go down. Okay, pardon me for being so distracted. Let's do I have power bounce still? Yeah, let's try and take one of them out right away. Oh, so close. I thought I was gonna have him for a second. Oh, you fucker. Welp. That sucked. Okay. Well, now we're just gonna have to try harder. What is a rally wink? Wink at Mario to give him the courage for an extra attack. Ooh. Ooh, fancy. Goombella can flirt with me and give me some confidence. I like that. Alright. Well, we can take out one. And the other one's invisible, so we can't do much. So, let's go back to my stressful week. Mind you, now I'm waiting for my blood test results for my second STI scare. God, that feels great to say out loud. And during this time while I'm waiting, I get a bill in the mail from the first clinic for $375. Now, I went to this first clinic and I gave them my insurance card and was like, all right, here's the insurance I have. What's like the cost of this going to be? And they're like, oh, you're going to be charged a $25 copay. And I was like, okay, I guess I can pay $25 to find out if I have an STD or whatever. And Peach must be here too. We got to find her, Mario. Right, I'm on a mission. So naturally, you can imagine that I am horrified to now receive a bill in the mail because while I have $25 to test for STDs, I don't have $375 to go through an STD test, which apparently, for the record, by the way, that's what it costs to you if you do not have health insurance and you live in the United States of America. So, just a side note for politics for a second, because a lot of people are against this universal healthcare thing, but let me set the record straight. There's a lot of people who are poor, and if you are someone who is poor and you don't have health insurance, you're not going to be able to pay $375 for sexual health screenings. Now, sexual health is important because it's important to protect the entire society. I, as an individual, don't want there to be people in my neighborhood that are running around spreading STDs because they can't go to a clinic and they can't get those things cured, they can't get them tested for because they don't have money. They then become a liability to the rest of the public if they're gonna go out and have sex with people. So, $375 is outrageous, but mind you, the biggest charge was literally just being seen. There was a list of charges, like how much the antibiotic cost, how much the, like, test cost for, like, the pee in the cup test, but the big charge was, like, $200 for being seen as a patient, which, So the fact that my insurance didn't go through, I'm now in a panic, and I'm having to call the clinic, I'm having to call the insurance companies to try and figure out what is going on. Mind you that the billing company for this clinic's number was a non-functional number, so I'm getting even more stressed out trying to deal with all of this while I'm stuck in this state of being where I'm like, Christ, what do I do with my life? Oh, these guys have high defense. Fuck. Alright, well, Goomba, why don't you just take this one out? My moves are not as powerful. Now, I did ultimately get that sorted out. They were, like, missing a birth date on my insurance card or whatever. Whoever punched it in entered it wrong. So basically, I just had to call and sort that out, and they ultimately got rid of the charge. But the level of panic of dealing with that, and at the same time still waiting on my blood test results, not knowing if I have another disease, and mind you, for the second disease, I was prescribed an oral antibiotic, so it wasn't just a single shot in the ass. I had to actually, like, start taking a pill twice a day that literally erodes your esophagus. That was the side effect they told me about. They were like, oh yeah, when you take this, you just want to make sure you don't, like, lie down or drink milk or anything, because it'll really fuck you up. And I'm like, oh, fantastic. So, thankfully, I did ultimately get, my results back, and I tested, once again, negative across the board for everything. So 2 times I faced STI exposures, but luckily, through safe sex practices and pure dumb luck, did not actually contract anything. God bless, because that would have been awful. Please insert the elevator key. I don't seem to have that, but Princess, I am coming to find you. So you can imagine that, oh, this is a trap. All right, I looked at the line. I'm good. It was here, 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 here. Over. Good. I caught on to that real quick. I was paying attention. Okay, and now it's dead, so we can go. Thank you. I'll take that. So after all of these tests come back negative, I now call up the clinic and ask them, hey, I got my blood work back. I don't actually have syphilis or any other STDs. Can I stop taking my antibiotic that you guys prescribed me prematurely because I didn't actually get positive test results? And the woman at the clinic said, no, you should never stop an antibiotic early, which I do agree with if you actually have an infection, because there's the risk that even if you feel better, there could still be a couple of bacteria that were resistant that can then repopulate. However, if you never had the infection to begin with and the bacteria is not in your body, all you're really doing is fucking up your regular microbiome by taking the antibiotics. So I actually disagreed with my clinic person, and I did stop taking the antibiotic because the side effects were pretty unpleasant from it. I did not enjoy being on it. I've actually almost never been on antibiotics because myself as a person, if I do ever get sick, like a fever or anything, usually I waited out a couple of days before I would seek any kind of medical attention, see if things just kind of go away on their own. That's just me. And I've never had anything so severe where I've needed antibiotics. So I feel like usually what I get are colds or flus, which are caused by viruses, and antibiotics don't work on those. So antibiotics is a pretty rare thing. I don't enjoy being on them. It's just something my body is not accustomed to. So I didn't like that. But now everything's all over. Your boy has not contracted any STDs, but he is now absolutely terrified of ever going out on dates with men ever again, because they are literally all trying to kill me. So that is where I'm at in life right now. and that's my story. I may have butchered it, but I feel good sharing it, and I hope it can bring comfort to you guys, because whether you're someone who is an adult or you're a teenager and someone who's going to start becoming sexually active, this is a reality of life, you know. We make jokes that STDs are like for people that are, you know, going around and sleeping with like prostitutes in back alleys, but literally anyone can get them. What the fuck is this room? Can I do anything here? Maybe? There's a note. Gears under repair. Oh. This looks like a storage room for valuables. The crane can grab stuff up there. It should work if you set a gear in place and press those switches in order. I'm sure you can handle it. It's not exactly moon rocket science here. Okay, so I must be missing a gear. This sounds like something we'll have to do later. I'm sure we're also up on time because I've done a lot of rambling, so I feel like now might be a good place to collect ourselves. I'm gonna keep fighting some of these elite XNaughts, if I may. Ooh, take that bucket to the face. Let's bring out, not you, Bobbery. Let's use his bomb move again, because I like this one, even though it uses a fuck ton of FP. But look at how effective that shit is. I'm here for it. Alright, so we are in the XNaught Fortress. I know I haven't been paying the most attention to my surroundings, but we're here. We're, like, here to save the princess. Please enter the access code. Oh, fuck me, I don't have an access code. Alright, so it looks like there's very little we can do on sub-level 1. So, in the next one, I guess we're going to explore sub-level 2 and see if sub-level 2 can give us anything that will get us further in sub-level 1. So that is what we will be doing. In the next one, we'll do sub-level 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys then. Goodbye!